Hello students, today we are going to discuss a very important topic of this accounting, which is rules of debit and credit. The contents for today's session are meaning of debit and credit, then what is the meaning of journal, next the rules of debit and credit, and the next will be there two views of rules, that is traditional view and modern. Now let's discuss first about the simple meaning of debit. The debit comes from the Greek word debris, which means left, and it is usually denoted with dr. This left means that in account, whenever we are going to maintain any account of a person, debit will come from the left hand side. Now, the simple meaning of debit is an entry recording a sum owed listed on the left hand side of column or an account, that is basically known as debit. Means whenever any person is going to owe some money and he has to pay that money to another person in future, the person who you need to pay the money or the person who are going to pay you is known as your debitor. Like an example, suppose Ram had given some money to Mohan, suppose rupees 100. In this case, whenever Ram is going to give some rupee to Mohan for any reason, that means in future Mohan has to give him rupees 100 back to him. That means Mohan will be the debtor of Ram, because in future it is a positive thing for Ram to get this money back, and that's why it is an asset for him and it will be debited. Next, we are moving with the word of credit. Credit also comes from the Latin word credere, which means right. It is often abbreviated as CR. This right again comes into a column. We can understand its meaning with the help of this definition. The ability of a customer to obtain goods and services before the payment based on the trust that payment will be made in future. That means if you went to a shopkeeper to purchase certain things and you had a lack of payment, means you have to purchase certain things which is costing rupees 800, but you are only able to purchase, you just have 500 rupees. So the rest amount 300 which you have to pay in future, but still that shopkeeper had given you the things on the basis of trust that you were going to pay him in 300 back to him in future. In that case, you will be the creditor of that shopkeeper, because in future you have to pay that money to him. Means you will be creditor. We again take an example. Rahul had borrowed rupees 200 from Sohan. In this case, when Rahul is going to borrow some money from Sohan, that means Rahul has to pay certain money back to Sohan. Hence, Rahul will be the creditor of Sohan, and he has to pay him money back in future. Journal. Journal is known as the first place where the recording is done. It is a place where the daily transaction of a business being recorded. Like if you had started your business on 1st April and you had number of transactions on that particular day or for that month, where to be recorded all these things? Into the journal. In accounting, journal is the first book where all the daily transactions being recorded. Means your first purchase, your sale, your expenditures, your revenue, your income, everything to be recorded into journal first. Hence, journal records all daily transactions of a business into the order in which they occur. You will going to record in which order in which they had occurred. Recording transaction of business termed as journal entry. Whenever you are going to record that into a particular format, means into a particular way, that is known as journal entry. We understood this journal entry into the later session. First, we should know what are the rules being applied to it. There are two views for the rules. The first is your traditional view and the second is your modern view. Both these views give you the same result, means give you the same answer. Either you go with the tradition or either you go with the modern. But first, we should understand what is meant by traditional view. The traditional views basically depend on three golden rules of accounting. In accounting, these golden rules known to be the base. Means without this, you cannot work in accounting. You cannot record any transaction because these rules will tell you that how you have to record the transaction. Why these rules being applied? These rules being applied so that it has a uniformity. Means in the country, whatever the industry will be, all industry will have the same rules, and you can compare the one company with the another. So because they are applying the same rule, uniformity is there. Now the first rule says debit the receiver, credit the giver, and it is being applied to the personal account. That means this rule only be applied to the personal account. Next rule comes that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. It is only applied to the real accounts. Then third comes debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains, and it is applied to normal. Before understanding these rules, we should understand what is meant by personal account. As this personal word itself suggests you, it is related to a person. It can be any person, it can be single person, a combined person, number of persons combined into a group, or it can be also a artificial person. First, normal person means natural. The person who exists naturally means Ram, Mohan, so on, any number of person, or you can say any number of individuals. Second comes your artificial. Artificial person is basically that person which has been artificially created, means it does not have its own existence. Like we can take name of a company. A company like your LIC, your Tata, your Birla Groups, your Tata Motors, all these are representing, or you can see they are artificially being created, but they are not representing to any individual person. So that is what is known as artificial personal. The third comes representative. Representative means which is representing a group of persons. Like sometimes, salaries. These salaries has to be paid every month. Means you have to pay the salary every month. But sometimes when the company is not able to pay that salary on time, what they do, they give the lot of sum into the next month. That next month, whenever you're going to pay, that is basically known as outstanding salary. Though salary is representing a number of persons, but outstanding salary only representing a group of persons whose salary has not been paid on time. So that basically known as a representative person, because it is representing to a person but to a group of persons. Next comes your real account. Real account again, impersonal account. Impersonal account again divided two parts, real and nominal. First of all, we should know what is real. Impersonal means it is not related to person now. It is related to those things without which the business cannot run. Means those things which should be the basic requirement for the business. Like your machine, your plant, your land. All these are the basic things. So all these things come to impersonal account. First real. Real, which is a real existence again. Like the things which are non-living things and they had existence also, like your furniture, table, chair, equipments, fan. All these are your real tangible things. Intangible things actually known as those things which you cannot see or touch. But you think now what it is, the thing which you cannot see or touch, how it can be comes into an account? Yes, it do exist. How it is exist? We'll again take an example. Like you went to a jeans store to purchase a particular brand. You said that I'm going to wear only Lee brand or Levi's or any other Wranglers and all. So why you're purchasing that brand? Because you had an image of that brand that it is comfortable as well as it is very much good for you in quality and to wear. So you had created an image of that particular brand. But what does this image gives to the business? This image gives business to the business. Means it is giving the opportunity for the customers to attract. And this image is actually known as goodwill of the business in the eye of the customer. And you cannot see and you cannot touch that. So that's why it is known as intangible. And this intangible also comes into the impersonal accounts. Next comes nominal. Nominal actually represent two normal things of the business, like your daily expenses, your daily revenues, your incomes, your profits, losses, all that things comes to the nominal account. So these are what the different types of accounts. Now, how the rules been applied to these types of accounts? The first rule say that debit the receiver and credit the giver, and it is applied to personal account. Means for the personal account, whatever the person who is receiving, that is known as receiver, you will debit it, and the person who is giving, you will credit it. Second comes debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and it is applied to real account. Means you are going to debit whatever is coming in and you are going to credit whatever is going out, if it is a real account. Next, nominal account. In that, what you are going to do? Debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. Mean whatever the expenses and losses company is going to incur, you will debit it, and whatever the income and gain company is going to incur, you are going to credit. Now, how to apply these rules? You can understand this with the help of this example. The example say, on January 1st, 2004, Saravanan started a business with ₹1 lakh in cash. This is one of the daily transactions which happen into the business. But in order to pass an entry for it or to understand it, how the rule being applied to this entry, what you have to learn? You have to learn the steps. The first step say you that determine the two accounts involved into the particular transaction. This is a transaction in which you have to understand first thing that what are the two things are going to be affected. Saravanan, he is starting a business. Whenever any owner is starting the business, whatever the money he is bringing into that business, that is known as capital, and the money in which form he is bringing, that is known as cash. So the two accounts being affected is the first step. The two accounts will be a cash account and capital account. Now second step is to find out that which type of account it is. Means cash is a real account, is a personal account, or it is a impersonal account. You have to find it out. So cash is basically a real account because it is not representing to any particular group, it is not related to a person, so it is a real account. And capital as this capital is represented to a Saravanan, so it will be a personal account. The third step say you that find out the rules being applied to these accounts. As we understand that the cash is a real account, so what is the rule for the real account? The rule for real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And the rule for capital account is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now how to apply these rules? As debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So here, what is coming in? Cash is coming in. So what you are going to do? You are going to debit the cash. Now, the personal account, that is capital account, the rule is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Here, you are receiving it or you are the receiver or you are the giver. Actually, Saravanan is the giver. So, what you are going to do? You are going to credit the Saravanan. Or you can say you are going to credit the capital account. So, here you understand that how to apply this cash account and capital account and how to apply the transaction into this business. Now, we can also see another view. The another view only states you just to find out that whether it is an asset, whether it is a liability, whether it is a owner's equity, whether it is revenue and expenses, and just apply these. If it is increasing, asset is increasing, you are going to debit it. If asset is decreasing, you are crediting. They are very simple rules for the modern view. You need not to worry about more about the modern view. That just asset is there, increasing, debit, decreasing, credit. If it is a liability and it is increasing, you are credited. If it is decreasing, you are debited. Owner's equity you can say capital. That's it for today. We are going to do